Hi there, my name is Grimlock64, and today I have for you a Gundam Mobile Suit in Action toy review. Since this is my first review, it makes sense that we should do a toy based on the first and original Gundam RX-78. Originating in the TV show Mobile Suit Gundam, which premiered in Japan in 1979, this toy, released in Japan in the year 1995, and released in America sometime between 1999 and 2001. And this toy, for the most part, faithfully represents the robot in question. The figure is approximately 5 inches tall and includes 18 points of articulation. The head can turn left and right, the shoulders can move forward and back, swivels at the biceps, the elbows can bend back and forth, articulation, the wrist can turn 360 degrees. The waist articulation, while somewhat limited, is nowhere near as bad as other early Gundam toys. Also, the legs can move back and forth, only slightly hindered by his skirt armor. Once again, not nearly as bad as most early releases, or even some later releases. He can bend at the knees, the feet can rotate, and the thrusters on his backpack can move up and down. Unlike later release versions of the toy, the backpack is not removable, and neither are the beam saber hilts. There are a lot of details on the figure, including the Gundam's Vulcan machine guns, the vents on the front, and even the little white Trojan horse and Earth Federation decals, which, from what I've heard, are not on the original Japanese toy. What is painted on the original Japanese toy are panel lines. The panel lines are drawn in, giving it more of a detailed look. The American toys do not have this, but in my opinion, it doesn't really necessarily make or break a toy. I think it looks fine with or without the panel lines. As for accessories, it's the usual lot that a Gundam figure would come with. Weapons include the classic Gundam beam rifle and Earth Federation shield, which can also clip onto his back. Like so. Stays on there nice and secure, but comes off easily. Includes also the Hyper Bazooka and the Beam Javelin. Like the shield, the Hyper Bazooka also clips onto the backside of the figure, this time with a peg that goes into the rear. Sorry about that. It fits securely and comes off easily. A must for any toy. And of course, what version of the RX-78, or any mobile suit for that matter, will be complete without the twin beam sabers? However, unlike later toys, the beam saber hilts cannot be removed from the blades. The paint job is nice and clean, though as I said before, it does not include the panel lines, which, as I said, I'm not going to take away points for. The articulation is fairly nice, especially for an early figure, while the accessories do lack some of the details seen on later toys, but they're not bad. And though it would have been nice if we had gotten a little bit more accessories, at least a Gundam hammer. Here. Or even a little core box system. Yeah, core block system. That would've been kind of cool. The toy itself is made out of PVC. Nice plastic that's where the shape can easily be warped, but looks nice and it feels nice. I hope that's not too weird. But hey, you know, they've used it for the entire line. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would have to actually give this figure an 8. While the articulation is not as good as later releases, this is enough to at least satisfy a young child or an adult collector who just wants to pose their figures and have a good time. I hope you enjoyed this review, and I hope it wasn't too bad. As I said, this is my first. I'll be taking requests for future reviews, and so you have a better idea of what I have. Take a gander. See all this? This is what you have to pick from if you want to see what you want to see in future reviews. Please note that I had picked up some of these figures secondhand, so they may not include everything. But most of these figures are complete. I promise you, I am not doing this to brag. This is once again just giving you an idea of what you have to pick from when you if and when you decide to submit an idea. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the review and have a nice day.